Now there's a third principle. And for this principle, we have a very interesting story. For this story, let's see. For this story, we need, well, we will need this. But I'm going to need Maui, of course. I'm going to need Maui. See, I need Maui. I need one person to play Maui's four brothers. Actually, it's only one role. Don't worry about it. It's all condensed. I need one person from Maui's brothers. And I need one person to play Maui's mother, Hina. But you can actually stay seated for that one. And then I need one to play a mischievous water spirit woman. Okay? She starts off in one way and then turns into a beautiful woman. So I need someone to play that. So let's start off. First of all, I need Maui up here. Good, good. Come on up. I'll lead you over here right where I want you to be for now. Okay, over here. And then just turn around and wait for a moment. Okay. I need his mother. I'll tell you what. You can be his mother. You can be the mischievous water spirit. Okay, good. And I'm going to need another one here, but I need Maui's brother. Good. Yes? Okay. Stand way back for the moment. Okay, good. And you can stay there for the moment. I'll call you up. Okay. And I'm going to need someone to play Kohola, or actually the name is Luehu, the whale. I need someone to play a whale. You play the whale? Okay. I don't need you immediately. A whale? The great big animal in the ocean.
Yeah, I understood.
Okay, all right. All right, so she's going to be the whale. Good. Now, in this story, all the islands are scattered. And Maui sails from island to island. Sometimes he has to paddle, sometimes he puts his sail up on his canoe, very much like one of these right here. The top one actually is what Maui uses. Okay, get a picture of that canoe. All right. But it takes a long time. And so Maui gets really tired of sailing those long distances, and he wants to do something about it. So he goes to his mother, Hina. So actually, Hina, if you can come up here, we'll just pretend that Maui has come to see you. Okay? All right. Right in front of you, Maui, is your mother, Hina.
Hey, Mom.
And Maui wants to know, how can I bring all of these islands closer together? And Hina thinks for a moment and she says, well, the only way I know is to get your magic fish hook and go out with your brothers and catch the great whale Luehu and make him circle all the islands, and then you pull them together, and then all the islands will come close together. I'm also going to need islanders, but you all are going to be the islanders when I call on you. So anyway, Hina tells him how to do it, and then she goes home to beat Tapa. Okay? Tapa is not a person. Tapa is, just briefly, in old Hawaii, they made cloth out of the bark of trees. They made very beautiful cloth. And the women would have a log, and they would pick the log for the beautiful sound it would make. And then they had these special wooden beaters, and they would take the bark and they would beat it and wet it and dry it and beat it until it came together in layers and formed a very nice cloth that could be used for clothing. Okay? So anyway, that's what Hina was doing. All right, so now, Maui knows what to do. First he has to reach up into the sky and get his magic fish hook. that some people think of as the constellation Scorpio, but in old Hawaii they knew it was Maui's fishhook. And the name of that fishhook is Manaiakale, which means a lei needle. You know, when you make a lei with all the flowers strung on it, they have these long, thin needles. And that's what they would use to string the lei. And so there's a magical meaning in there as well, because it means something which is used to string things together. And so this is the name of his magic fishhook, and it was used to string together the islands. So he's got his magic fishhook. Now he gets into his canoe. I'm going to lead you over here to your canoe. Right here is your canoe. Okay? And he calls on his brothers, whose names are Maui, 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 and Maui. Okay? That's their names. So now here they are. Now, his mother also said one other very important thing. He said, Maui, once you catch the whale, don't let go and don't let your brothers look in any other direction except straight ahead, no matter what happens. Because she was able to get a kind of a vision, and she said, Maui, keep the focus. You and your brothers. Okay, so Maui said fine, and he told his brothers, Maui. He said, Maui, 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 and Maui, you better keep your eyes straight ahead no matter what happens. And they promised, because, you know, this was a very important thing for them. So then off they took. They start paddling. Okay? Both of them start paddling out into the bay that's not in the bay, but off the coast of Kauai, out into the channel, and looking for Luehu the whale. Now we need Luehu the whale.
Breaching.
First of over here. Yeah, breach over here.
Breach
right.
over here.
So Luehu is breaching over there, and they spot. And Maui's brother keeps paddling, and Maui takes his fishhook, which is tied to a line, and he throws it, and the whale thinks that it's a sperm whale, see? Thinks that this is something good to eat, grabs it, finds out it isn't, and starts circling around, slowly. And as it starts circling around, it's pulling the canoe, and it's pulling the line, and it keeps circling in the island, start getting closer and closer together, and the whale keeps going around, and the line keeps coming closer. And while that's happening, in the water, there's a canoe baler. Now, a canoe baler is, in old Hawaii, a small wooden implement that you would dip into the water, or you dip into the canoe and get the excess water out. Okay? And so this canoe baler comes floating slowly by the boat. And as it comes, Maui's brother sees it and says, that could be useful. He quick grabs it, tosses it in the back, and then goes back to paddling. And now you're in here. But Maui, and Maui don't see is that suddenly the canoe baler has transformed into a beautiful woman. And as the islands are getting closer and closer and closer together, you know, they're getting closer and closer and closer, then what happens is the people on the shore start to see what's happening, and what they see is the beautiful woman. And they start going, ooh. Go ahead, ooh. And they start going, ah. Yeah, they were just oohing and ahhing like crazy. Finally, Maui, and Maui can't stand it any longer. And they've got to look and see what they're oohing and ahhing about. So they turn around, look at the beautiful woman, and at that moment the line breaks. And the Luehu is free. and off Luehu goes back home to wherever he or she wants to be. And so, because the concentration was broken, the line was broken, the islands drifted back apart to where we see them today. And that's why we know it's a true story. So, thank them very much. Now, let me tell you a few things about this one. The third principle is Makia. And Makia says that energy flows where attention goes. And that when you are focused on something, if you lose your focus, you lose the goal. Okay? That's what this is saying. Now, it's all inside the words that are used in the story as well. Because the words for Luehu, the name of the whale, means to scatter. And I already told you, Manaio Kale is the magical name for the fishhook that has to do with pulling things together. A fishhook in old Hawaii, and to some extent today, is a symbol for the ability to focus, to concentrate your attention. Okay? And so that's why the fishhook was used as that metaphor. Okay? So the whole story was teaching people the importance of keeping your concentration on what you want and not on what you don't want. Okay?